15 Advantages of cycling. Why cycling is useful for weight reduction, wellness, legs and psyche. The advantages of cycling are nearly as interminable as the nation paths you could before long be investigating. In case you're thinking about taking up cycling, engaging it facing other expected exercises, at that point we're here to disclose to you that cycling is hands down the most ideal choice. Truly, we're one-sided, yet there are a dreadful parcel of valid justifications to pick bicycle riding as your most current sit-back. 1. Cycling improves mental prosperity. An investigation by the YMCA indicated that individuals who had a truly dynamic way of life had a prosperity score 32% higher than dormant people. There's such huge numbers of numerous ways that activity can help your disposition. There's the essential arrival of adrenaline and endorphins, and the improved certainty that originates from accomplishing new things, for example, finishing a playful or drawing nearer to that objective. Cycling joins physical exercise with being outside and investigating new perspectives. You can ride solo, giving you an opportunity to handle stresses or concerns, or you can ride with a gathering which expands your group of friends. Previous hour record holder Graham O'Brien has experienced sorrow through quite a bit of his life, and let us know, getting out and riding will help people enduring with depression. Without cycling, I don't have the foggiest idea where I would be. 2. Cycling advances weight reduction. Weight reduction is one advantage of cycling. The straightforward condition, with regards to weight reduction, is, calories out must surpass calories in. So you have to consume a larger number of calories than you expend to get more fit. Cycling consumes calories, somewhere in the range of 400 and 1060 minutes, contingent upon power and rider weight. Obviously, there are different components. The makeup of the calories you expend influences the recurrence of your refueling, as does the nature of your rest, and obviously the measure of time you spend consuming calories will be affected by the amount you make the most of your picked movement. Excepting you appreciate cycling, you'll be consuming calories. Also, on the off chance that you eat well, you ought to get more fit. 3. Cycling constructs muscle. We disclose to you how to build your leg musculature. The obstruction component of cycling implies that it doesn't simply consume fat, it additionally fabricates muscle, especially around the glutes, hamstrings, quads, and calves. Muscle is less fatty than fat, and individuals with a higher level of muscle consume more calories in any event, when stationary. 4. Appreciate second morning meals. Chow down breakfast when a ride. On the off chance that you choose to cycle to work, you have an extraordinary reason to include a few righteous snacks to your day. Since a half-hour ride to work ought to be consuming somewhere in the range of 200 and 500 calories, you have a permit to appreciate an egotistical second breakfast at your work area. In case you're not kidding about consuming fat, you could do your morning ride abstained, yet that is principally a propensity saved for the most devoted of nutters. 5. Better lung well-being. You won't be distant from everyone else if this point appears to be conflicting to sound judgment. In any case, an ongoing report recommends that individuals who ride a bicycle are really presented to less hazardous exhaust than the individuals who travel via vehicle. An examination by the Healthy Air Campaign, King's College London, and Camden Council, saw air contamination finders fitted to a driver, a transport client, a passerby and a cyclist utilizing a bustling course through focal London. The outcomes demonstrated that the driver experienced multiple times higher contamination levels than the cyclist, just as 3.5 more than the walker and over multiple times more than the transport client. Long story short, the cyclist won. 6. Cuts coronary illness and malignancy chance. Advantages of cycling. Up your heart well-being and future by bicycle. Cycling raises your pulse and gets the blood siphoning round your body, and it consumes calories, restricting the opportunity of your being overweight. Subsequently, it's among a determination of types of activity suggested by the NHS as being solid approaches to cut your danger of creating significant sicknesses, for example, coronary illness and disease. Scientists concentrated more than 260,000 people throughout 5 years, and found that cycling to work can cut a rider's danger of creating coronary illness or disease 50-50. The full examination can be perused here. Dr. Jason Gill of the Institute of Cardiovascular and Medical Sciences remarked, cycling all or almost to work was related with generously lower danger of antagonistic well-being results. 7. Cycling is low effect. Cycling is a low-effect type of activity. A significant number of the after-effects we examine when we talk about the advantages of cycling are practice-related. Figure it may be simpler to simply go for a run. Running is weight-bearing, and hence injury rates are higher. Cycling, by differentiation to running, isn't weight-bearing. At the point when researchers analyzed gatherings of exercisers, marathon runners and cyclists, they found the sprinters endured 133 to 144% more muscle harm, 256% more aggravation, and DOMS 87% higher. While cycling is more averse to bring about an abuse injury, they can at present harvest up. An expert bicycle fit is a smart thought, holding back here is a bogus economy in the event that you wind up spending more money on physio. The absence of weight bearing additionally implies that cycling doesn't do as a lot to build bone thickness as different games, so it's a smart thought to include a little quality preparing into your program. 8. Cycling spares time. Cycle to spare time and cash. Look at these 3 encounters. Get in the vehicle, sit in rush hour gridlock, line to get into the vehicle, leave, pay to leave, show up. Stroll to transport stop, hang tight for transport, whine about transport being late, jump on transport, pay, watch as it takes you round the houses, show up, about a large portion of a mile from your objective. Jump on the bicycle, channel past traffic, lock the bicycle, show up. Short excursions contribute enormously to worldwide contamination levels, and frequently include a considerable measure of fixed gazing at the guard in front. Jump on the bicycle, and you'll save money on petroleum or money on open vehicle, just as time. 9. Cycling improves navigational abilities. Become mixed up in the paths, and let your ability to know east from west get you home. In the realm of vehicle sat-navs and Google Maps, some of the time there's simply not that much impetus to hone your normal ability to read a compass anyway predominant, or else it might be. Except if you've put resources into a GPS cycling PC with planning abilities, for example, a Garmin 1000, at that point getting out and investigating the paths can give basic exercise to your inward planning capacities, giving you, with training, a superior thought of what direction is west. 10. Improve your sexual coexistence. Cycling could improve your sexual coexistence. The majority of us realize that sex is something to be thankful for, yet not every person realizes that it's in reality useful for your general well-being. Truth be told, standard sex could without a doubt drag out your life. Dr. Michael Roizen, who seats the Wellness Institute at the Cleveland Clinic, says, the common man who has 350 climaxes a year, versus the public normal of around a fourth of that, carries on with around 4 years longer. Similar discoveries were uncovered for ladies. So can cycling improve your sexual coexistence? Well, it assembles some somewhat fundamental muscle gatherings. Dr. Matthew Forsyth, urologist and sharp cyclist from Portland, Oregon, remarked, every one of these muscles worked on the bike are utilized during intercourse. The better built up these muscles, the more drawn out and more athletic intercourse will be. Include that, on account of investing a lot of energy flaunting all the protuberances and knocks in skin-tight lycra and sometimes twofold goodness, and 7. Cyclists will in general be genuinely okay with themselves, and you have a formula for progress. 11. Rest better. Ride a bicycle for a decent night's rest. It likely isn't advanced science that wearing yourself out on the bicycle will improve your rest, however now it's been demonstrated. Scientists at the University of Georgia considered people matured 20 to 85 over a time of 35 years, and found that a drop in wellness of 2% for men and 4% for ladies brought about rest issues. Dr. Rodney Dishman was one of the lead creators, and remarked, the steepest decrease in cardiorespiratory wellness occurs between ages 40 and 60. This is additionally when issues of rest length and quality are raised. Searching for causes behind the connection, the researchers recommended it could be a decrease in uneasiness, realized by workout, that lifts the capacity to rest. Exercise additionally ensures against weight gain with age, which is another reason for rest brokenness. 12. Lift your mental aptitude. Advantages of cycling. Up the intensity of your noggin. Exercise has been consistently connected to mind well-being, and the decrease of intellectual changes that can leave us helpless against dementia further down the road. A recent report found that during exercise, cyclists' bloodstream in the mind rose by 28%, and up to 70% in explicit regions. That, Yet after exercise, in certain territories bloodstream stayed up by 40% even after exercise. Improved bloodstream is acceptable in light of the fact that the red stuff conveys a wide range of treats that keep us solid, and the investigation reasoned that we should cycle for 45 an hour, at 75 to 85% of max, here rate saved, max pulse short resting pulse 4 times each week. Nothing halting you riding more, obviously. 13. Improved dealing with and spatial mindfulness. Advantages of cycling. Improve your dealing with abilities, here and there the bicycle. Cycling isn't just about raising your pulse and getting you winded, except if you're doing it on Zwift. There are specialized components, climbing, plummeting and cornering all encourage you to utilize your body weight to get the bicycle to go where you need it to. Picking up the aptitudes to deal with these specialized components can give an enormous certainty help, particularly when you begin to see improvement. Besides, you may very well discover your capacities to deal with that dodgy shopping streetcar with the wonky wheels extraordinarily improves. 14. Fortify your invulnerable framework. Rest soundly, eat well and your safe framework ought to be improved. Dr. David Neiman and his associates at Appalachian State University considered 1,000 grown-ups up to the age of 85. They found that activity had immense advantages on the well-being of the upper respiratory framework, hence lessening examples of the normal virus. Neiman stated, individuals can thump down days off by around 40% by practicing vigorously on most days of the week while simultaneously accepting numerous other exercise-related medical advantages. Educator Tim Noakes, of Activity and Sports Science at the University of Cape Town, South Africa, additionally discloses to us that gentle exercise can improve our safe framework by expanding creation of basic proteins and awakening languid white platelets. Why pick the bicycle? Cycling to work can diminish the hour of your drive, and free you from the limits of germ-mixed transports and prepares. There is a however. Proof proposes that following extraordinary exercise, for example, a SPAN instructional meeting, your safe framework is brought down, yet sufficient recuperation, for example, eating and resting soundly can assist with turning around this. 15. Develop your group of friends. Cycling is an unimaginably amiable game. Grassroots cycling rotates around cycling club culture, which thus spins around the Saturday or Sunday club run. A few hours of riding at a power that empowers simple talk, intruded on just by a bistro stop or a periodic cut. Joining a cycling club or gathering is an astounding method to develop your group of friends, and in case you're new to riding, you'll most likely discover all the upkeep and preparing counsel you may have been searching for there, as well.